Hey folks, for those of you who follow my battle for my children against the corrupt courts, here's an update. Last Wednesday, 12/20, I had court with Judge Rachel Amy Adams in Supreme Court. Today's video is not about Rachel Amy Adams, it's about my ex-wife's attorney, Erin Bistricer, from Shalom Task Force / Sarah's Voice. Oftentimes, us court victims have horror stories the public finds too hard to believe. And for us, victims of the corrupt court system, documenting and gathering records is second nature. What happened to me on Wednesday is one of those too hard to imagine stories you wouldn't believe unless I showed you proof, physical proof. Wednesday, I confronted Erin with documents I got from the family court for the paternity case I filed against my ex-wife, Sivan. I never saw these records before and would have never known about them if it weren't for my harrowing 3 years of experience with unethical, spineless attorneys like those employed by the non-profit organization Shalom Task Force and its legal department, Sarah's Voice. Now, here's what Erin did. On or about 5/24/23, Erin went to Kings County Family Court with her motion to dismiss the paternity case I filed against her client, Sivan. Apparently, Erin wanted to quietly fast-track the dismissal of my paternity case without me knowing about it, and a week before the scheduled court date on 5/31/23. When Erin filed her motion, she received documents to serve me to let me know to appear in court on 5/24/23, but she withheld them. Erin, who openly accuses me of judge shopping and forum shopping, took her frivolous motion to support Magistrate Darius Jackson to ask him to grant her motion to dismiss my paternity case ex parte. Oh, the irony. You see, my paternity case is before Madeline Curtin. I have no idea who Darius Jackson is. Erin is a pronoun-enforcing liberal, and like her kind, she accuses me of everything she's guilty of doing. Fortunately, Darius Jackson had enough common sense to question Erin's sketchy solo appearance that day and denied her wish for summary judgment against me. Darius Jackson even ordered Erin to serve me properly. I never got Darius Jackson's order or the summons for 5/24/23, and those documents were quietly stuffed in my physical court file where no one thought I would look, because family court orders and notices are sent electronically through e-notify, or so I thought. Until last month, I never even knew there was a court appearance scheduled in my paternity case on 5/24/23, because court personnel at Kings County Family Court never sent me a notice to appear. So, when I found these documents, it reinforced my belief that Erin at Shalom Task Force is an unethical, spineless attorney that thrives in a septic court system. When confronted with all this on Wednesday, Erin said she knew nothing about it. And when prompted by Judge Rachel Amy Adams, Erin didn't even want to look at the documents. Instead, Erin wants me to believe someone filed a subsequent motion in my paternity case, appeared in court with a document containing her signature, but it wasn't her. You see, I filed the first motion in my paternity case to get the matter heard on 5/31/23 as opposed to July. And Erin subsequently filed her motion to dismiss, hence motion number 2. It's simple math, folks. I did what all pro se litigants should do in this situation. I filed those documents into my divorce case so Erin could see that I knew about her ex parte hearing and that I knew she failed, hiding it from me. The attorneys at Shalom Task Force's so-called legal department have used their influence as a purported domestic violence organization to get the upper hand in court against pro se male litigants, Jewish fathers. I know this to be true firsthand because the victims' accounts are backed by the records they maintain. And the pattern becomes too overwhelming to deny. Yet, this is one of those incredulous stories you wouldn't believe was true unless you had proof, physical proof. I know every corrupt court victim has a similar story like this because New York is a cesspool of corrupt courts. In Erin's defense, what she did is a very common legal tactic attorneys wield against pro se litigants to get motions unilaterally granted in their favor. When the pro se litigant goes to court, the judge doesn't believe a word he or she says about not being served. Meanwhile, the judge's court staff quietly helped get it through ex parte. In just about every case, these unethical, unscrupulous attorneys will stuff a false affidavit of service in the court file to rubber stamp the success of their illegal ambush on a pro se. In my court file, just as in others, was Erin's affirmation of service of her frivolous motion number 2. Now, everyone knows attorneys create lasting relationships with various levels of court personnel because of how often they appear in court and before certain judges. Naysayers call us conspiracy theorists or disgruntled parents to avoid acknowledging simple truths. A crooked attorney like Erin wouldn't have been able to get her motion to dismiss before Darius Jackson ex parte without inside help. Luckily, on 11/14/23, my paternity case prevailed against Erin's frivolous motion to dismiss, and we're on to the next phase. My success didn't stop unethical, spineless Erin from lying to Judge Rachel Amy Adams that she lost to a pro se. So, today's video is dedicated to unethical, spineless attorneys and the crooked court personnel who help them ambush and destroy innocent, unsuspecting pro se litigants in New York's corrupt courts. Thank you.